Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds. How do we actually get a handle on AI in the workplace? It feels a bit like the Wild West, right? Well, there's this system called PromptLogicOS, and it's making a big claim. It says it's an operating system for how we're supposed to work with AI. So let's dig in and see what that's all about. So let's just start with a really honest question. Think about your own organization. How is your team really using AI right now? Is there, a clear plan, a structured strategy, or is it, let's be honest, kind of a free-for-all where everyone's just winging it and hoping they get something useful?
Yeah, if that sounds a little too familiar, you are definitely not alone. This is the reality for so many companies. You've got these fragmented methods, nobody's really on the same page, there's no shared process, and forget about quality control. It's just chaos. And what's the outcome? You get overwhelmed employees and results that are all over the map. Not exactly what we were all promised with AI, is it?
Okay, so this is the exact problem that PromptLogicOS is designed to fix. The whole idea is to move away from just throwing random one-off prompts at the wall and seeing what sticks. Instead, it offers a structured, systematic approach. It's really trying to be an actual operating system for how we work with AI. So what does that mean, an operating system for AI? Well, at its core, it's built on this one really big idea, that we only unlock AI's true potential when we stop the one-off stuff and start using consistent patterns, roles, and workflows. It's all about changing the game from just, shouting commands at a tool to actually collaborating with it. Sometimes the best way to understand what something is to understand what it isn't. And this is a perfect example. We are not just talking about a collection of tips you find online or a single new app to learn. It's being pitched as a complete system. So you've got the foundational framework, a full-on training curriculum, and a daily use application. It's the whole shebang. All right, so how does it all come together? The whole system is built on just 3 foundational pillars. And once we walk through these, you'll see how everything is designed to click into place. Yep, just 3. Let's break them down, starting with what you might call the brains of the whole operation. Pillar number 1 is the book. This is the conceptual backbone, the official textbook for the whole system. So what's in the book? Well, it lays out the core philosophy, but the most important part is what it calls the 14 essential prompt patterns. And you can think of these patterns like reusable recipes for getting things done with AI. The big idea here, the real key, is getting people to shift their mindset, to stop thinking in one-off commands and start thinking in these repeatable patterns. That's the switch that's supposed to turn AI from just a tool into a real reasoning partner. Okay, so you've got the book with all the theory. Pillar number 2 is where you turn that knowledge into actual practical skills, and that happens through the system courses. This is where the real learning and mastery is supposed to happen. And honestly, this is where I think it gets pretty clever. The training isn't just some random course. It's structured like frameworks your teams already use. Think Agile or Scrum or Lean. It's a really smart way to get everyone up to speed quickly. And get this, it even includes a certification track to create internal leaders. They basically become your company's AI Scrum Masters to guide the whole adoption process. All right, pillar number 3. This is the AI Workbench app. So if the book is the theory and the courses are the training, this app is the software that puts it all into practice in your team's day-to-day work. Yeah, this is where the rubber really meets the road. The app itself has these different modes for different kinds of work. You've got thinking partner mode, for example, which is designed to act like a collaborator and challenge your ideas. Then there is analysis mode to help you spot risks or things you might have missed. And of course, the whole library of those 14 prompt patterns is built right in, with templates and guides to make sure the whole team is working the same way. Okay, so a book, courses, an app, the 3 pillars. But what's the bottom line? What does this actually do for a business? How does this system claim to take a company from that chaos we talked about to a state of real clarity? Well, here's the promised payoff. The goal is to see a huge lift in 3 key areas. We're talking about a big jump in productivity, a serious reduction in errors, and making AI adoption happen way, way faster across the whole organization. And it makes sense how they expect to get there. Your productivity goes up because the workflows are structured and repeatable. You're not reinventing the wheel every time. Errors go down because there are literally patterns, like something called the validation pattern, designed specifically to catch mistakes and find your blind spots. And the whole adoption process speeds up because for maybe the first time, everyone speaking the same language and following a clear, safe process.
So it also lays out a really clear roadmap for rolling this out. It's a pretty classic scalable model, right? You train your teams, you certify those internal leaders to become trainers themselves, you use the system to standardize your workflows, and then you can scale that new capability across the whole company. When you zoom out, though, this whole system really boils down to one thing: a fundamental shift in mindset. It's not just about new tools or processes, it's about changing the way we think about interacting with AI. And this quote from the creators really nails it. It says, "The goal is to teach people how to think with AI, not just use it." See the difference? It's not just about efficiency. It's about learning to use AI as a real partner, a partner that helps you reason better, communicate better, and ultimately make better decisions.
So that leaves us with the big question, right? Is your organization ready to make that leap? To stop just, commanding a tool and to start truly collaborating with AI? It's definitely something to think about.